Hello, and welcome to the Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Each week, they bring you conversations with local Christian businesses and business owners. Join in every Monday live at 9 a.m. Pacific on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Listen to the program on Spotify or wherever you listen to fine podcasts. The Experience Local is brought to you each week by wonderful sponsors.
Copper Rock Real Estate, commercial and residential real estate in the Mid-Willamette Valley. Contact Shelley Henderson, 503-881-7399, or online, copperrockrealty.com. Bosun Hub wants you to know about Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer and the in-person event, October 3rd through 5th in Garrison, New York. Contact Russ Hedge to learn more. Email russ@russhedge.com. Independent Merchant Brokers, innovative solutions for your payment processing needs. Learn more at independentmerchantbrokers.com or call 877-460-4747. The Arbor at Avamere Court in Kaiser provides memory care. And enjoy independent living at Avamere at Albany. Learn more online, arbor@avamerecourt.com or avamere@albany.com. Discover Oregon Real Estate, your statewide experts in luxury home sales, farm, ranch, commercial, business, and land development. Online at dore.llc or call 503-299-9070.
And now, your hosts for the Experience Local, Russ and Scott.
Here we are live on the Experience Local Live with Russ and Scott. So great to see you all that are watching us here on YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn today live. If you are listening to us on one of our radio networks, part of the Experience Radio Network, welcome. And if you're listening on podcast, we also welcome you today. Please like and share no matter where you are. And Scott, it's a blessing as always to be with you. How are you doing?
Hey, I am doing good. I am recovering from a cold over the weekend. So,
oh no!
Unfortunately, I slept through many of the football games, including most of the Beaver game on Saturday. But apparently, I wasn't the only one asleep during the Beaver game.
Oh, well, I tell you, that's a whole nother subject. We're going to move on from that
All
one.
Right,
but anyway,
we'll move on. Hey, I am always grateful to our sponsors that support the experience and the Experience Local every week. And I want to highlight Bosun Hub and his Stephen Hodges perspectives on cancer support. Our great friend Tim Sohn is running an event, a live event that, Russ, you were able to attend last year, and everything goes well and support comes in. You will be attending as well as a speaker. That's October 3rd through 5th in Garrison, New York. And I encourage people support and sponsor and be engaged. And we're going to learn more about that today with our guest.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you for that. And by the way, if you want to attend the 3rd through the 5th in Garrison, New York, we would love to have you. I will be there live encouraging people every morning. And that is Garrison, New York. Perspectivesoncancer.com is where you go. Perspectivesoncancer.com has all the information. And also, thank you so much, Scott, for just reminding people, if you click on this QR code, or if you go to the link in the comments, you can give towards my trip. I'm a speaker there. I've got to pay my way. Appreciate that. So every $150 gives you a sponsorship and a digital ad. It's $700 value, or you can give any amount you want. But I appreciate all of you who I want to give value back to you for what you do for me. So thank you for that. And I'm excited about Dave today. We're going to talk a little bit about his cancer journey. He's an amazing local businessman, an amazing man of God, but also has dealt with cancer And so we're going to talk about that. But right before we do, just want to remind everybody, more information on Scott and I, go to local.theexperience.video, local.theexperience.video. Today, you can join our YouTube page there as well as finding out all about Scott and I. But if you want to go directly to our YouTube page, go to theexperience.video today. The experience.video will get you there. But the main one has all of the information. That's probably the best place to go. So, Scott, any more quick tidbits before we get Dave in the room?
Well, I'll just remind people that you have a new book coming out soon. And if people go to Amazon and they look for your current book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose by Russ Hedge, click on his name and go to the author page and click follow. That way, when the new book comes out, you'll get a notification before anyone else.
There you go. And there is the new book, Life Happens and Then You Choose. I'm super excited about that. More information coming out on that. Thank you, Scott, for that promo. And with that, we're going to get Dave in the room here and get this conversation started. Hey, Dave, how's it going?
It's good, Russ. Good morning. Good morning, Scott.
Yeah, Dave, always good to see you. Glad you're joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Even if you're a Raiders fan,
I can't help it. I don't know why I have been so dedicated to the Raiders, but it's the first thought of football was Raider Nation.
Well, and I will just say that I would love to go to Allegiant Stadium to watch a game, even if the Raiders are playing. Maybe the Raiders and the Seahawks. That'd be a good game.
That would be a good game.
Yes. And half of I was telling Dave, they've got half our team now. So there you go. Good luck to them.
Coach Carroll, Geno Smith, and we had a good day yesterday against everybody else's beloved Patriots.
It was a great day. So, Dave, listen, give everybody a little snippet. Who in the world is Dave Hodgert? For those people that don't know you, give us a little bit of information on you.
Well, first and foremost, I'm a husband and I'm a father and a grandfather. 11 years ago, I was diagnosed with colon cancer, and we found it just kind of in the nick of time because I didn't really ever mention it before to my doctor. But it turns out I was living with colon cancer for 3 years before I mentioned it. And within a short amount of time, 60 days from the time I mentioned it to my doctor, as I'm tying my shoes at the end of my yearly physical, they remove 18 inches of my colon. 30 hours later, I go septic. And so now I go from a 14% chance of surviving to a less than 5% chance of surviving the night. And so here I am 11 years later, 12 rounds of chemotherapy took their price. That's the price of beating cancer for this long. And since then, I got to meet my grandkids. I got to meet my 2 new son-in-laws. It's been an incredible life so far. And it's kind of like what I do with Tendy Tech is we are passionate about doing the things we need to do. And we encourage people to mention things before it turns into a too late scenario.
So, Dave, Russ often uses the hashtag, God's not done with me yet. And as he's been going through his journey, and I know that has resonated with so many people. And I hear this in your story as well.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a saying in our place, at our house, God takes care of the Hodgerts. And truly that's what happens is that once I was diagnosed and not doing well, I spent 16 days in the hospital after what was supposed to be just a quick in and out 3-day resection and healing. Well, the rest of the community around us just stepped up and helped us. And so in that way, we see God's hand, and God takes care of the Hodgerts.
For sure. Well, I want to say God is truly not done with me yet, and he is not done with you yet, Dave. And even though I am still in the midst of my cancer journey, I am thankful every day. I'm thankful for good days, for doing better, for feeling better, for great doctors that God put on this earth to work with. And I don't think people realize, Dave, that there's so much your mindset and your perspective on how you look at what's happening to you that's so important, because they don't realize that it's always looming. Number one, I have scans coming up in 3 weeks, and I will have my MRI and PET scan. Actually, it's 4 weeks. MRI and PET scan coming up again. You never know what it's going to say. I'm trusting it's going to be good news, right? But you never know that they're not going to say something else is showing back up. I've had both happen. Many times they say you look great, and then I've had them say, nope, oops, sorry, stage 4. You're not looking good. And so you have to be ready for no matter what comes your way, because God said in this world we will have trouble, but he has overcome the world and he's with us through it all. I think that's such a good perspective.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. It is one of our beliefs. And when I say our, I mean Tendy Tech. We are, faith driven in all of our actions. But I'm here today really with a message that, just like, I unknowingly had cancer for 3 years. I'm going to tell you, your business could be living with a hidden cybersecurity threat right now. And if you wait to deal with it, had I waited longer, the cost would be much higher than I could have imagined, or maybe your business could handle.
So let's follow that on this practical basis on the business side.
Yeah.
When I grew up, we didn't have computers. And then I graduated college, and all of a sudden, these little personal computers started appearing on desktops. And then a few years later, we started plugging them in to the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
So
It used to be called the worldwide wait at times when we had dial-up.
Well, yeah. Those days were miserable when people tried to send you elf yourself greeting cards. They had some sort of cable modem. Yeah, and I had dial-up out in the country, and it took like an hour and a half to download a 15-second video. It was painful in those days. But there was some sort of a sign that you had that sent you to the doctor. Maybe you had it earlier than living with that for 3 years. What are some early signs that businesses might be infected?
That's a great question. Part of it is that you just kind of notice things. So you're going to notice keys don't quite work. There's a slowdown. There is emails that disappear. A number of those type of things. But really, prevention is the best cure, and that's what we say with cancer as well. Prevention is the best cure for it. Prevention for your business is the best cure. Prepare for a breach before it happens, and that's what we do. Is we help companies prepare, because now, like when we did the worldwide wait, it would take you 15 minutes to do a 15-second short video. But now it's seconds, milliseconds, and a whole program can be downloaded. And it just takes a small click. And so also keeping your staff aware of what's going on. And AI parallels that as well. That as AI gets better, and it is, and cybersecurity becomes a more deadly tool to your business, and the combination of the two will get just about anybody at some point. I almost clicked on a link that, like, ooh, man, that would have been a bad one, but it's getting very education. I think is what we need to make sure that we keep our staff aware of.
The bad guys are very clever, and especially in spoofing accounts. It used to be that they misspelled stuff very regularly, and that was a key indicator right off the bat. But today, those messages that are coming in, and they're spoofing who we would assume to be trustworthy, a Microsoft or Apple or Google and Amazon, or even the U.S. Post Office. There's a lot that come in on text about you're not getting delivery because of this, and you have to click that and whatever. How is that happening? How are they doing this how are they so clever? And
They,
so,
well, so it's one of those things. AI is not AI isn't coming. It's already being used by the bad actors to craft
mm,
those phishing emails that your staff can't spot. Um, and I'll tell you a story. Last night, my wife and I are watching the game, and my father-in-law calls me that last night, less than 12 hours ago. It calls me that tells me about a scam that got him. PayPal had sent him a message that said there's a problem with his account. Through the course of the process, he's thankfully stopped by and did not give the $25,000 check to the guy that was going to arrive at his house to pick it up. But I kept hearing my mother-in-law saying, "This is a scam. This is a scam. This is a scam." And she knew it because she's been reading some of our cybersecurity tips. She knew these things. So AI is coming. It'll get the best of us at some point. So the best that we can do is to learn how to protect ourselves and educate ourselves of what is and what is not a legitimate email to begin with, or even a link to click on.
Well, one thing, Dave, I think you brought up that's so important, and that is being prepared and taking a look at, your overall system with your business. It's like looking over your overall system with your body, taking care of yourself, eating right, doing the things you should be doing that will prevention from issues in your body, which you and I would say right off the bat is highly, highly important if you're going through cancer or if you're trying to avoid going through cancer. Same with your business. If you want to get through things when they are trying to scam you, and if you want to prevent that from happening, there's so much you can do, right?
There is, but so we can't just say it's all preventable, because not all cancer, to my understanding, is preventable. It happens. The body has an issue, and that's what happens. The same thing. So AI has done that for us. We could be as protected as we can build out our network. But if we're not taking care of some of these little things, the bad actors, the bad guys, and they're not bad guys sitting in a garage anymore. These are full on organizations that are hacking you. They're sending you these crafted emails because they know exactly what you've done on the internet. They know where you tend to hang out. They know that you do or do not click on certain emails. So they're going to craft a tailored email directly for you that has never been done before, because the amount of data it can crunch, like, this is what David would click on. And they'll send an email to me that would be, oh, hey, there's my CRM, or for my father-in-law, PayPal. So those type of things are crafted directly for the individual, not just a shotgun blast that's going out to everybody.
and what happens when you click on those?
Yeah, so you're opening up vulnerabilities. What could happen is they'll download a file of some sort that'll just execute in the background, which may log the keys that you press when you are logging in. So your passwords are going to be exposed. Your whole network, if you're a business, it then replicates itself across your business. And now you have an issue where you are exposing, if you're in medical, you're exposing patient information. If you're in financial, your investment information of your investors and your clients. Even if you're just somebody that doesn't have that type of valuable information, it's still information about you. Social security cards, possibly credit cards, bank account numbers, those all come to the forefront with properly used hacking applications. And I'll go one little further about it, is that those hacking applications can be rented, and that's as a service. And so they don't have to come up with it on their own. They just pay a fee, and then they send it out their entire list.
Well, I want to highlight what you just said. You don't have to do it on your own. You talked about community earlier. You need to utilize everybody, people in your community like Dave. And if Dave is not in your community at 10D Tech, you need to get him in your community, because it helps you he has helped me so much to think about things that I need to look at in my system and changes that I need to make. And Dave, I want to go back to that whole thought of community. You are a Christ-driven man and business. And, when you were going through your cancer journey, you had such a great community, not just your family and close friends, but a community that came around and really supported you. Then you turned into that support as well. I have also been on both ends of this where I supported people, then I was diagnosed with cancer and was supported. And I, during that journey, really tried to support others. But I can say that you have been such a blessing to me. Talk about the importance of that coming together, whether it's community helping each other in business or whether it's community helping each other through an illness and diagnosis.
Yeah. I mean, I can relate. I can speak directly to the way that community helps in the curing of cancer. And for me, anyway, I think all of the reports are now showing that the number one way to beat cancer is your community. My community started with my wife, Lori, and my children, Brooke, Connor, and Elizabeth. They really started the community. They put out well, Lori did. She let everybody know that we could use help. I could never have done that, but she did. She said, "Here's what we need help with." Otherwise, I'd have just suffered alone in the hospital bed. But the community came and because she spoke up, and so Russ, we could have a whole series of stories about the amount of things that the community did for us for my family. As a business, that's what we like to do, is come alongside and help another business prosper. And by prosper, we mean sometimes it means profitability, and that we can make a change that may actually make you profitable, because properly designed networking, IT, cybersecurity, all compliance, all those pieces that fit in the technology today are a profit center done correctly. Done incorrectly, we have our staff members are not able to function properly. They slow down. An average office worker loses about 22 minutes a day fiddling around with technology. As the support community for our businesses, we eliminate those 22 minutes.
I'm surprised that it's only 22 minutes.
Well, map that out. That's 11 days a year per person.
Yeah. I just, I think about the technology, and it is an integral part of every business today. I mean, you just cannot survive without using technology, but we basically put a new window into the house or into the business.
Mm-hmm.
And no one would leave their business with the windows unlocked, with the doors unlocked. But we do this. So I use Bitdefender on my computer, and there's a lot of different types of things out there. What do you recommend for people on their home computers and on their phones too? Because phones are very vulnerable. What do you recommend for us to take precautions?
Here's the thing. So number one, you need to remember 3 passwords. Number one password that you need to remember is the password to your password manager. Number 2 is the password to your email, because once you lose control of your email, you do lose control of all of your accounts, because that's how accounts verify. And number 3, your computer should always be locked. And so always remember the password to your computer. Specific tools, password manager. We use some different tools. LastPass is a good one. Keeper is a good one. There's others that are out there. And then I'm going to tell you, if you're a home user, use the Sophos Home, and I'm going to spell it. It's SOPHOS.com. Sophos.com/home has business grade virus protections that you could use on your home computer. As a business, we're going to provide something a little more robust in that Sophos family.
Yeah, these are things you and I have talked about, and I'm a big LastPass fan. In fact, I just was reading through that this weekend. I've got to upgrade my subscription monthly to able to separate things off, because right now I share everything with Ever, who's amazing. But I'm going to have my own little separate section for like financial stuff and stuff like that, and that makes her feel more comfortable. I don't worry about it, but she does. So, but anyway, but you can actually separate things and keep them just for you as far as passwords. And then you can have shared passwords with others. And it's very helpful, especially when you're working with somebody, because that way they have access to that and can look in and when they have to do things for you and all that as well. So that's really a plus. But okay, I am looking at the time, Dave, and being the responsible host, you have about a minute to tell us and wrap up your gold nugget of the day. I get caught up in the conversation with you, Dave. It's so good. Give us your gold nugget of the day and then remind everybody how to get in touch with you. Go ahead.
You bet. Well, I think I said it earlier. AI isn't coming. It's already being used by bad actors. They're crafting those phishing emails that your staff may not be able to spot. And so waiting 6 months is like skipping your CT exam when you got symptoms. So if you're a business owner and you're listening right now, I'm going to tell you this. Ask yourself this. When was the last time your IT team checked your inbox filters or ran a phishing test? Those are the things that we can do to figure out what keeps our businesses healthy, and we can relate it to our own health. We do checkups yearly because, well, that's how we catch things. And doctors know things that we as laymen don't know. As a cybersecurity and an IT expert, 10D Tech knows things that your IT team or your staff may not know.
All right. And the contact links?
They're easy. So you can search for me. LinkedIn, I'm a David Hodgert. 10D Tech is spelled 10, the letter D, and there's a space, TECH, 10D Tech. So like 10-digit dialing. And you can find us on the World Wide Web, which is no longer a waiting episode, but it's also, and Facebook you'll find us at 10dtech.com.
Perfect. So great, man. I appreciate you, Dave. These episodes with you, we're going to have you on next year again. Things are changing so fast with AI and cybersecurity. So we're going to have you back on again and make sure people can stay updated with that. But thank you. You're a blessing. I'm going to say goodbye on screen, but hang tight in the green room. We'll be right with you. All right.
Thanks, Russ. Thanks, Scott.
Good to see you, Dave.
Wow. Amazing.
Great survival story, and great shout out to the community that supported Dave and his family, and to God, who chose to spare him at a time when could have been just minutes before he exited this world. So great story today.
Amen. I am so thankful to God, number one, and to my community, and Dave and his wife were an amazing part of that. When they had the Russ Rocks concerts, they were there supporting me because Dave has been through this whole journey, and I appreciate that. Just want to thank y'all for being here today, and our sponsors are listed there on the bottom. Copper Rock, Casa of Lynn County, Boson Hub, that's highlighting Perspectives on Cancer Conference, the 3rd through 5th of October. Go to perspectivesoncancer.com. The Arbor at Avamere Court, IMB, Avamere of Albany, and Door Real Estate. We are so appreciative of all of those. Don't forget that we are also listener supported. All the information is there. It'll be in the comments. Appreciate all of you being here today. And until next time, have an amazing, amazing life and enjoy
your local experience.
There you go. See you, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to The Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Listen to the program on Spotify or wherever you listen to fine podcasts. Join in every Monday live at 9 a.m. Pacific on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. We look forward to seeing you next time on The Experience Local with Russ and Scott.